This episode of Super Legit brought to you by Why Fish Don't Exist, Squeaky Chairs, and Sneezy Cats. Welcome back to another installment of Super Legit. This is my favorite part of every single 2 weeks. We do it every 2 weeks, right, guys? You could speak. It's fine for you to speak.
Yeah, I'd say we record an episode every day, and then usually we keep one out of every 2 weeks because we're like, this is gold.
Yeah, why you gotta ruin the magic for all the listeners, Jet?
It's what I do. It's what I've done my entire life.
I also thought we're not allowed to speak until we're introduced.
That was the rule.
Yeah, that was how it worked, and now I just don't care about rules anymore. I say screw the rules. Let's enjoy ourselves and have... I'm still going to introduce all of you, but I can hear your lovely voices. I want to hear your voices.
Maybe we get a new host.
It's all because Allie's not here today.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Wow.
I'm on my best behavior for Allie, and that's it. Unfortunately, we don't have Allie Marr with us today. She is out sick. Mm-hmm. But we do have, let's go down this list. We've got Michael Hyman. Michael Hyman, could you please describe your ideal date with me?
The one where, like tonight, I waited until I was spoken to start speaking, unlike the rest of you animals.
Oh, I like your old-fashioned respect there. Chris Sanders, finish this sentence for me. I want to rock and roll all night and...
Eat lasagna.
That's great.
Survey says...
It's a winner.
70% of Americans
with Garfield.
said eat lasagna.
I honestly haven't eaten lasagna in years.
I miss it because now I'm lactose intolerant. So it's basically, I'm sure there's some way I could make it work, but for me, things like that, if there's no cheese, it's not the thing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you were no carbs. Look at that bod.
Oh no, all the carbs, baby.
For Christmas, I'm getting Sanders a tin of lasagna and a 12-pack of Coke. Just let him do all the things he hasn't done in years.
I haven't drank. I will not. You can get me a 12-pack of Coke. I won't drink it. It's poison.
Stephen C. James.
Yes.
Tell me how you would defeat Mario and talk slowly while I take notes.
Okay, so the thing about defeating Mario is when you are on the hero's journey, you have to realize you have to usurp that hero's journey. So what you do is when he is having the moment of realization that the thing from earlier that he thought he had passed up that was not important is actually the thing that he needs to defeat you, and or the moment when he realizes secretly friendship was his greatest weapon, that's when you throw a fireball right at him. Also make sure he's small when you do it.
That's great. Okay, now I've got it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take all this to heart. Yeah, I got the spiked shell backpack. I am set for this journey. And Josh Spence.
Heyo.
If you could be an expert on anything that you aren't already, what would it be?
Life lessons. I would totally love to be like one of those old dudes, but young maybe, or younger, who just gives like the perfect life advice. Like, have you guys seen those rom-coms where it's like the old man, he's like, I'll tell you what, Johnny, I've never known much of my life, but love is always the answer. And then Johnny's like, she is the one. And then he starts like running through the airport to find the love of his life. Something like that.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I will say this, that role in this particular podcast would be paid by me because I would have to be the magical black person. So, yeah.
Oh man, you're Bagger Vance.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just Matt Damon.
Yeah. I'm also the dude from The Green Mile. I might be Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, Key and Peele have such a good one on this.
You were John Witherspoon in Soul Plane.
I'm Stephen James, human trope. Yeah.
I laughed too hard at that. I'm sorry.
By the way, I am Jared Lennon Kaufman because I never remember to introduce myself on this thing because I am the least important by my own standards.
Now, let me ask you this, Jet. You can't eat cheese
No one corrected
anymore.
me. I love it.
Jet, let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta realize what you are is important. You is smart, you is strong, and you is important. See? Right there. It's just
Okay,
right
wait.
there.
Wait, why is the scene not starting right now with wise old-timey black man building up Jewish dude?
I think it's because at that point the audience would be like, we've seen this scene before.
Right. No. It's not a twist on anything.
Yeah.
But it could be.
We've seen much more famous people do this.
Yeah, no, we'll find the twist. And then
here we
we'll
go.
come around
But
to
here's
it.
what the audience hadn't seen.
Super.
Jeez, Dave, no. Dave, I've never even played volleyball. I'm not certain what the rules are. I can't give you any advice on how to play volleyball.
Oh, okay, but you're black.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
You're
Yes.
black.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And here's the
You're
thing.
my best friend.
Yes, of course. Yes.
And I have to move forward here, okay? I've got to move forward. I'm stalled out, and that's why I've come to you, because this is when you hype me up and allow me to use my privilege to advance myself further.
The thing is, when you get into the whole trope of the magical black person, the key part is the first part. I'm not magical, right? I haven't come back from the dead. I don't have any special powers, all right? We were in a sophomore physical science class together. That's how we know each other, all right? It wasn't something where I showed up while you were mourning your late mother. No, I'm just a guy. Okay, Dave? I'm sorry. This isn't something where I can lay my hands on you and suddenly you're going to be able to spike the ball. You're 5'6". I'm not sure why the fuck you went out for volleyball anyway.
Dwayne, this hurts me deep down inside to hear you talk like this. You don't think you're magical? You don't see that in yourself? Because that's what I've always seen in you. Every time I go out with you and I watch the way you look at the world, the way you interact with people, you are truly a magical person deep down in your heart, deep down in your soul. If you just believed in yourself, you could achieve anything, Dwayne, anything. But you don't see it. You don't believe. You just need to believe, Dwayne.
Oh my god. I could believe. Dave?
Yeah, Dwayne.
I think you just magical short Jewish duded me.
That's right.
I feel this power rising up within me. There's so much more I could be doing with my life.
There is.
Cut to Dwayne at Starbucks.
Excuse me. Yes.
Sir, I'm sorry, but your macchiato's gonna be a while.
No. No, it's not. Because if you look back there right now, I bet you're going to find that you have the power to make that macchiato with soy milk and a double shot of espresso that you couldn't find in yourself before. You can do it.
I'm gonna try, but, I just work
It's
here.
not about trying. It's about succeeding. Isn't that right, Grisantha? Is that spelled right on your name tag?
No one's ever pronounced my name right before.
Cut to the golf course. Okay, Dwayne, we're on set. I need you to teach Matt Damon how to swing a goddamn golf club. It's 2 weeks until production starts. This is what you do. Go.
Mr. Damon,
Yeah,
let me let you know I've loved you ever since your performance in The Rainmaker.
I don't even remember that film.
And right now, you're going to make it rain golf balls on that green. You use 2 hands, and you swing that club, and it's going to land just so.
All right, here I go. Hey, how you like them apples? Right? Remember that movie?
Legit.
I wish I was a magical trope.
No.
Yep. Isn't positive racism the best?
But I don't know. You probably get to be... People probably assume when they meet you, I bet that guy's got an inner life. You know? They're like, you know what I like about Josh Spence? My assumption that he has agency. You know? And the other thing is, you know what's great? Sometimes I'll see a movie and it doesn't have a guy like Josh Spence in it, and then I'll think, you know what? The next one will. And so will all the ones after that. So... there's that.
Oh, this is painful.
Legit? Legit.
Yeah.
So hard. Legit. So hard, please.
So lasagna.
Yes.
Thinking about lasagna.
Oh my god,
Josh, you said about like bringing Chris some lasagna and cook for Christmas.
I will.
have a
Son.
legit family tradition with my uncle on Christmas Eve and Christmas, going over for Christmas Eve and having the Feast of Seven Fishes, which is an Italian tradition that they have no idea what it actually means or comes from. But
you don't actually eat seven fishes?
I was just about to ask you because I've heard the phrase, but I don't actually know what it is. And now it sounds like you don't either.
You know what? That's the thing I love about it. Like, I just love eating all the fish. And we do eat some different kinds of fish. Usually my uncle fits like 4 or 5 in a cioppino.
Nice.
But they have no idea where it came from, like what the origins of.
I just realized, I remembered I had forgotten about chippinos, and those themselves have upwards of 5, 6, 7 fish in them.
So what are 7? I'm like trying to think from, like, I come from an island.
Bluegill, bass, carp,
Mm-hmm.
perch,
Cod.
Mm-hmm.
cod,
yeah,
snapper,
snapper. That's a good one.
Salmon. Did they toss salmon in there?
Parrotfish.
Not usually in the soup.
Parrotfish.
Okay.
The soup usually has like a white
beta
fish.
Goldfish.
You don't
Oh
usually
no!
eat either of
I'm
those.
thinking food fish, Chris. I know.
Costomus.
Coelacanth.
Yeah, Jen, I was going to start naming Animal Crossing
whale
fish too.
shark.
Can we do like clams and quahogs and lobsters?
Well, here's the thing. My uncle kind of cheats
Swordfish.
also because they're
Crawdaddies.
like there's usually like there's a clam or a calamari in there too. So it might not all be strictly fish. It might be ocean creatures.
7 seafoods.
Yeah.
Can I get a little bit science nerdy on you guys?
You can get a lot science.
Okay,
nerdy on us.
so, all right, fish as a classification of animal no longer officially exists because what they figured out is that DNA-wise, fish are vastly different and not related to each other. And so it's basically like saying that fish are all the same type of creature. It's basically like saying, oh, everything that lives on a mountain is just mountain now. Because it all lives in that same place. They just happen to be all animals that live underwater. And it's there's this book, Why Fish Don't Exist. It's a fascinating book because it's mostly the memoir of this woman's life, but also her study of David Starr Jordan, who was this guy who was like super into science and super into fish and also super into being a bit of a eugenics bigot. And it's like her story of like really liking that guy and then discovering all this stuff about him and then it like dovetailing away. It's a really good book. Highly recommend.
That's so fascinating that it's logically makes so much fucking sense, right? Mm-hmm. That just because they're just like I mean, on land we are bipedal or we're quadrupedal animals for the most part. There's a few that just don't have legs, but generally you have legs or you don't on land, and under the water you got fins because you got to move, right?
Except for all the things that don't, because then you have the oddities. Of course, you've got like the
invertebrates and mollusks.
Yeah.
Seahorses.
Right. Yeah.
But
octopodes.
I was about to say they have tentacles and stuff, and that's based on like they have the cilia to move like old single cellular organisms. But a thing that comes up with me is when people say like, I'll never get in the water, I'll never get in the ocean because sharks, and like a fear of sharks is generally irrational. Like shark attacks are wildly just so rare. Saying that you won't get in the ocean because you're afraid of sharks is like saying I won't go on land because that's where bears are.
Yeah.
Or lions or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And the thing and also like as you hinted at
when did this happen?
The shark fear is so overblown. The writer of Jaws famously went on to massively advocate on behalf of sharks because he didn't realize the damage his film was going to do, and so went on to be a huge advocate for them. And they're gorgeous and generally safe. I mean, you'll see these amazing videos of divers in tanks cleaning the tanks, and the sharks swim up to them because they want to be pet.
Yeah.
They'll actually pet the sharks. When I was snorkeling in the Indian Ocean, there were just sharks under me. And like at first I had that first freak out moment, and I remembered this is fine, and they didn't give 2 shits about me. They didn't even care about the fish around them. The fish around them, like when I saw the fish around them not caring about them, I was like, oh, this is fine.
It's a bit of an allegory for racism.
I was thinking about that too. Yeah.
Why don't you expand on that, Josh?
After you. I don't want
to
comment on
I dare you. Somebody expand on it.
No.
I dare
I'm good. I'm good.
Steve, your point about that guy that, like, you know, has all this, like, this seminal person in this thing, except also has this terrible part about it where he's super eugenics. Like, reminds me, like, I've been watching Lovecraft Country, and, you know, H.P. Lovecraft is, like, the father of this whole genre of horror, also super fucking racist. Yeah. And, like, people, like, there's so many instances of, like, this one seminal person who is such a huge part of any given thing, but then there's this really terrible thing about them, and how common that scenario is.
Super.
I want to thank you so much for all you've done to cure cancer. All of those cancers. Breast cancer, lung cancer, testicular cancer, colon cancer, pancreatic cancer, and the fact that you, in just one pill, for free, are allowing all of these people to be cured of this terrible disease. And it's also just a shame that now everyone knows about your ska band.
Yeah, I didn't intend for that to get out there. I really just wanted to cure cancer, and you know, that's great. I'm great that it's working for all people, because that's really what I'm all about. But I really didn't want my ska band Daddy Smackin' Babies to make it out into the world.
Yeah. I mean, there actually are several people who have chosen not to take the drug because they've heard your album, Daddy Smackin' Babies, Smack Daddies All Night Long. They said that much trombone, that much just straight up skanking could not be something that someone who could cure cancer could ever do. They simply disbelieve the effectiveness of the pill simply because of the inanity of your lyrics.
It's really unfair, because the lyrics, I mean, the music comes from a place of hope, of caring, of healing, really. What is ska but healing? Oh. What does that do for you right now? Do you have a backache? Waka waka waka. Baby's making daddies Huh? How does your neck feel?
It feels a little bit tense. Ska music really, it just ramps up my anxiety. There's just whenever I hear ska music, it makes me think of all the eventual crushed hopes of the people recording that music who thought people are really going to like this. And I just can't get that out of my...
Have you read the papers about what we have done for knees?
Wow. Oh, sorry, you're a trombone player in the back. I didn't realize
he likes to do that. Yeah, he likes to just support statements I make.
Oh, that's a very interesting take. Is your research supporting him? Is financially?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, he probably makes the most of any of us.
Really?
Yeah, since I gave away the cancer pills for free, I was leaning on the fact that our ska band would support us for life. He is the only one that, hedged his bets, if as it were.
Wait, is he Reginald Hedge, inventor of the hedge fund?
He is.
Oh my gosh. He really did legitimately hedge his bets. That's amazing.
Yep. You could say he's smarter than me. I mean, I cured cancer, but he cured poverty.
Wow.
For himself.
But I mean, every drop is one more in the bucket. That's absolutely amazing. Well, I'm Terry Gross, and I want to thank you folks for listening tonight. And we appreciate having you here, Dr. Wonkstomp. And we want to say thank you for the cancer, but I guess more importantly, I can't believe I'm saying this, thank you for the ska.
Can I play you off with...
Please no.
A verse?
Oh.
Smacking daddies, a baby smacking daddies, a smack that daddy.
Legit.
I think I was really into the baby smacking daddies in middle school.
Yeah.
In that ska phase we all had in middle school.
I kind of want to hear this band now. I guess I already have.
Yeah. You've heard every song they've ever done.
Yep.
I like that one that goes yeah.
That's the impression that I get. Isn't that the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones? Yeah. Like, I was just waiting for, like, the random dancer guy to just come out and just start skanking along, man.
I thought my joke about knees would have done something because of all
knees. I don't know the knees. I don't know. Yeah, you said the thing about knees.
No, because of all that's how people dance to it. Is lots of kicking.
It's all knee kicks, man.
Now I'm visualizing it. Okay.
Sorry, it was smart.
That works so well in an audio medium. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you say knees. They're all visualizing.
No, it's so much better now that I had to explain the hell out of it.
Yeah. No, I was visualizing knees, but I wasn't visualizing the dancing.
I know every joke I've ever told is so much funnier after I explain it too. I get it.
Yeah.
No, it was great to see all of your faces just like. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a great moment for hearing those crickets outside.
Everybody has a chance to shine, man. That's all I'm saying. Crickets get their due. And speaking of explaining the hell out of things, I think that brings us to our first ad, does it not, Mr. Kaufman?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Michael Hyman, right? You've got one of our ads queued up, don't you?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. Let me just find that tape and play that real quick.
Great.
Okay, here. Yeah, popping in. Pushing play. It's 7 p.m. on a Friday night. Pitch blackout. What happens? A break-in. Criminals into your home trying to steal your things. They stab your husband. They start trying to get your jewelry. But then who arrives? Batman. Batman takes out the thugs, drags them out the window, and then your house is safe and your things are secure. What's that? The bat signal? Batman's away off to stop another crime. But your husband is bleeding out in your living room. What do you do? Well, thanks to Red Scrub's home delivery surgery kit, you can now fix the problem yourself without calling for 911 because they're not coming. You live in Gotham City, where crime is just a hazard everywhere you go. Batman's already done his job and he's off to punch another criminal in the face. You just need 15-minute prep with Red Scrub's home delivery surgery kit. You can have a tourniquet to fix a broken bone, a disposable blood transfusion, plus razors in all sorts of shapes to get rid of all the hair getting in the way of whatever you need to get at inside of your husband bleeding out on the floor. Only 15 minutes of prep. Why pay more when you can have Red Scrub's home delivery surgery kit? As we say, it's ridged for your pleasure. There it is. That was it. That was the Red Scrubs home delivery.
Guys, kit. I just want to, this has got to be such a hassle for Jet in editing. Should we move to digital files instead of tape?
I feel like there's a certain an old school charm to the tape system.
I'm open to it, but I always get the ads sent on cassette for some reason.
MP4s, bro.
I love just the
1 inch, right?
old analog feeling of getting that bubble wrap envelope in the mail and opening it up and being like, oh, here's the ad for this week. But wouldn't it be easier for you if it was digital?
At this point, Mike's got it all hooked up on his side. He's got it plugged in the computer, so he's got the audio output. It just plays through the system as you all heard it. So it's just going through the feed for me. So
it would be way more effort for me at this point to remove it than to switch to digital.
Jet, are we still selling each individual episode of this podcast on vinyl?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, they're was it the SPs? What do you call the little ones for just the single?
The LP.
45s?
It's an hour long, so it
45s.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's been so long since I've messed with the vinyl. Absolutely.
Wait, it comes in beer? All right, that
Colt 45.
Same as me. Yeah, it's Colt 45. Jesus.
Legit.
Why am I? Am I really that much quicker than everybody? Or am I just that disconnected?
I think you're the only one who's ever had a Colt 45.
No, I've
never had one. I just know things.
Okay. I have. It's the worst tasting beer. It was okay, I was going to a concert.
I'm sorry, I've had IPAs. That can't be true.
No. Let me tell you. I was going to see this show.
Sick IPA bird.
I just got a knock on my door, and it's a hipster that's very angry.
Why are they at your door?
It was in like downtown LA. I was going to go see this band.
The Baby Smackin' Daddies, of course.
Yeah, the Babies. Yeah, it was technically Blood Red Shoes, but yes, Baby Smackin' Daddies. And
Baby Smackin' Daddies was opening for Blood Red Shoes.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I was gonna do some.
It started as the daddy smacking babies, because the babies are the ones smacking the daddies. Otherwise, it's really awful.
No, but Baby Smackin' Daddies, it's daddies. It's daddies.
Daddies are smacking babies, which actually for the ska movement does make sense.
Yeah, that's how I always pictured it. Wasn't that bad?
Super.
Okay, everybody get in here. We're having an issue with our band, okay? This is for the direction of the future of the band. Are we going to be called the Baby Smackin' Daddies, the Smackin' Baby Daddies, or the Daddy Smackin' Babies, okay? Because one of those...
Look, as long as we're popping those cherries...
Yeah, as long as we keep getting people with those knees at our shows.
Look... I don't think you guys are taking this... I don't think you guys are taking this seriously enough, okay? Everybody here has an instrument, okay? Mike plays the trombone. Chris plays the trumpet.
And sometimes the theremin.
Okay, look, I'm the guy who has to dance, okay? I'm all knees out there, okay? Like, it's important to me that the name of our band means something.
As the keyboard player, I would just like to go ahead and say, I don't think the name is nearly as important as the sick riffs, right? I mean, when Chris hits up on that wind, when he brasses it up out there, I mean, that's the most important thing. Whether we're the Baby Smackin' Daddies or the Daddy Smackin' Babies or the Smack Smack Daddy Smack Smacks, it doesn't really matter, man. Right? It's not about the marketing. It's about the love for the music.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Keyboard Guy. How many songs do you know by Goldfinger?
0. I know 0 songs by Goldfinger.
But you know the band name, Goldfinger.
No, I know the band name because you just said it to me.
Yeah,
I've never heard of Goldfinger before.
You guys are joking. You guys have heard Goldfinger before, right?
We've never heard Goldfinger before.
Were they used to be the Daddy Smack Padawax?
Were they once Finger Gold? I don't know.
You know they were not once Finger Gold. Finger Gold was a ska band from Belarus in the 1980s. Come on, guys. Okay, Real Big Fish. That's a name that everybody instantly remembers, right?
I remember them from their days as Fish Real Big.
Fish Real Big. Really? Okay.
Before that, they were What a Catch.
Oh.
And I think before that, they were We're Not Really Fish.
Yeah. And then for a while, they were Hook Me a Flopper. Yeah.
And then before that, they were I Swear It Was This Big.
Mm-hmm. For a very short time, they were actually We Are Land-Based. But that was after they were Swim For It, I See a Fin.
I think I got you all beat there. I saw them at their first unofficial show when they were pun-based ska band name.
Oh, nice.
I actually saw them warm up for Blood Red Shoes as a deep prog band called Protozoa Era.
Hey, Deez, did you have a real thing you were wanted to call this meeting about? We totally derailed this.
The name of the band.
Okay, real quick, real fast.
Guys, we just got a sponsorship offer from Kellogg's. They said if we call ourselves Honey Smacks, they'll just give us all the money.
Just do it. Doesn't matter. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, that's a yes.
I want to sell out.
We're into it. You're our manager and you know money.
That's right. I am your manager. Thank you guys for so much for hiring me out of the McDonald's. That was the worst job ever. But when you drove through in your van and you said, hey, you want to be our manager? And I was like, I am in. And I knew I could do it for you guys. And here I am. I'm bringing it.
That reminds me, I'm still waiting for my apple pie.
Yeah. Pete, as our manager, just real quick, say the name of our band correctly and you can get an extra 5% of our earnings. Go ahead. What's the name of our band?
Well, now it's Kellogg's Honey Smacks.
But prior to that, what was it? Go ahead, say it real quick. Come on.
Yeah, what was it?
Come on, Pete, you can do this.
It was Smack That Baby Bottom.
Close enough.
You're fired.
Legit.
So back in December on Christmas Eve.
We
usually have the Feast of Seven Fishes, and then on Christmas Day.
How many years ago was December?
Who even knows? The point of this we'll get to here.
Nope.
And then Christmas Day for dinner, we always have lasagna. That's their big Italian thing, lasagna. I skipped Christmas Eve this year to go to the Matzah Ball, a Jewish singles event.
Ooh. They warmed up for Honey Smacks for sure.
What? Wait a minute.
That's not even the point of the story.
No, it's a significant
I know, we're never going to get to the thing I actually wanted to talk about.
But that's fine. We're going to get to the end of the story. Yeah. I just want to know.
Yes.
Who named the Jewish singles event Matzah Ball?
The Matzah Ball, right? The Matzah
Yeah, it's
ball.
the Matzah Ball. The Matzah Ball. Yeah. It's on Christmas Eve every year. Probably not this year.
Mm-hmm.
And like none of you were like,
did you have a super time at the Matzah Ball?
I did. Yes, I did. In fact, it was super.
Why?
So it was not crepe block-y?
God, couldn't get two, Josh. We only had one, and then it died. One, and then craplock. That's.
I wasn't good at using my noodle kugel.
Why are we forcing trope names into things? Like,
because that's how the show started, man.
Just call it a single event. No, I'm
talking
saying
about the Matzah Ball.
Listen.
I'm saying in real life.
The Jews have been persecuted for thousands of years.
Wait,
you don't get to criticize this.
I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, why is that accepted? Why are the Jews just like, yeah, sure, categorize us still?
Listen, guys, we got two choices. We can either call this the Jewish singles dance or the Matzah Ball.
Hey.
Oh, that's it.
Welcome to the National Annual Miss Juniverse. Oh, it's such a beautiful pageant. First of all, can we get our first contestant? Please come up to the stage, young lady. All right, anyone, please come up. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Lisa. I'm 23 years old. I am a senior at Washington State University, and I'm hoping to be crowned Miss Juniverse so I can use my power to change the name of this pageant.
That's lovely. Lovely that you're passionate like that. But the name of the pageant is staying. Absolutely, it's been with us for a long time, and we're very, very proud of it. So I don't think it's. Can't tell you yet, but I don't think it's going to be you.
Oh, wow, that's direct. I think as our MC, I didn't know that you were also a judge or quite so judgmental. But
no, but our judges are very proud. You know, they really they believe in their Jewish heritage and they love puns based on it.
Well, I appreciate a good pun just as much as the next person. It's just that, excuse me.
I'm sorry,
sir. Are you openly mocking me? Is that squelching noise? Is that you? What are you? Oh, sir, please, could you put that down? Sir, are you shaking a jar of Jell-O at me? I don't even know what this means, but I'm deeply offended. How dare you? How dare you? And your little friend there laughing with his hand over his eyes? Oh, are you laughing at me? Oh, this is the patriarchy at its finest. You guys disgust me.
Well, if that's how you feel, you can certainly leave the competition.
Yeah, you know what? If you love puns so much,
laugh after you.
You know what? If you love puns so much, I'm going shalom. Bye.
That was actually pretty good. That was a decent ending right there. I wish you had pulled that a little bit sooner. All right. Who's our next contestant? Please come on up.
Hi, my name's Allie. I'm a kindergarten teacher. You gotta excuse my voice. It's been horrible. I'm trying to stop smoking.
All right, Allie. All right. And tell us, you said you're a kindergarten teacher?
Yeah, I like teaching the kids. They're my favorite. I hope to be a doctor someday.
Fine Jewish profession.
Gynecological work where I create the pap smear.
Well, you fit right in here. You fit right in here. Absolutely.
Thank you.
It's a perfect fit. That is absolutely the kind of pun that just gets our judges right off the bat. All right, we'll go have a seat. We'll see if you are you all right there? You look like you're having a hard time.
I'm having the hardest time right now. I just want to win so badly. I'm gonna take my seat to the side. I'm sorry.
It's great passion. All right. Well, we have one more contestant. Please come on up and grace us with your presence.
Guten Tag.
Oh, dear. Legit.
Okay, first of all, what was that noise?
Was that your cat? What was that?
That was my cat had jumped up on my table, and then she started sneezing. Oh my God.
She's allergic to anti-Semitism.
And I started to like cover her mouth. I didn't know what to do.
The only way this is going to work as an audio is Jet's going to have to isolate that moment and like
repeat it throughout,
and lay it throughout. Yeah, lay it under Steven's, because Steven's reaction was great. Like laying it under Steven, just like hammering it is going to be so good.
To it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Once we were all reacting, it was a part of the scene permanently.
I love that I'm losing my shit, and like I try to put my t-shirt over my face, and then you say pull it down. I don't know who you're talking to, but maybe you're talking to me. So I go this way, and then you keep pointing out things I'm doing, and I'm fucking dying over here. Thank you. And we got Ali in the episode, so that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
there's 7 fishes.
The matzah ball. You went to the matzah ball instead of having the 7 fishes.
Yes.
The night of the 7 fishes. The feast of the 7 fishes.
So,
right?
yes. And so the next night I go over for dinner, for Christmas dinner, to have lasagna. And was told when I arrived.
I really like the move from the matzah ball to the Christmas dinner.
Yeah, hard pivot.
Listen, if I can get a meal, I honestly don't care what the holiday is, as long as there's a meal involved. And so I show up for dinner, like, oh, we're not having lasagna. My cousin, who had moved to Austin, Texas earlier that year to with his girlfriend, who he then broke up with, stayed in Austin, went vegan, came back. Turns out they didn't even have the fish the night before, and they couldn't find the vegan cheese to make vegan lasagna. No. So we just kind of had run-of-the-mill vegan pasta with no dairy on Christmas Day. I was like, well, this was, I didn't get the one thing, and I really wanted this thing, and now neither of these things.
So was there at least something where right before dawn, you not complaining about it meant someone brought a full lasagna and then your vegan cousin's heart grew 2 sizes? Because this really sounds like a meatless version of the Grinch. I mean, I love vegans, which, by the way, if someone says that and then fills in a race, they're about to say something terrible.
Yes.
Sorry. I love vegans, but they just still haven't quite figured out cheese yet. And I think a vegan lasagna should just be a vegetable lasagna. Just make it like a layered vegetable casserole.
They're getting there, dude. There's
okay.
They haven't.
Tell me about the advancements.
They haven't figured out shredded cheese yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
no.
The singles. There's a brand called Violife. Their cheddar singles are dope.
Okay.
Like
right.
You can eat them with crackers or melt it on like an Impossible Burger or something, and it is, or even I've done grilled cheese with them, and it is arguably better than real cheese.
All right, I you know what, I will support that, and I will try it, because that's the thing. I would love to be vegan, but then occasionally I hit a piece of vegan food where I'm like, oh man, that just set me back like another 6 months.
Yeah, I don't think they haven't like achieved greatness for every item or state of each individual food quite yet. So like Beyond is killing it with the sausage game. If you've had Beyond brats,
yes,
or the
Beyond,
so
that's pretty good.
The Beyond's hot Italian sausage,
okay,
killer. Do it on
Very
pizza.
good.
Do it in pasta. It's amazing.
Okay,
but the Beyond beef for like their burger,
no,
it's fine, but it's still not quite as good.
The Impossible Burger, however, though, is really good.
Impossible is killing it on the ground beef.
Well, cooking the Impossible at home, like it well, for one thing, it doesn't smell awful like the Beyond Burger does while it's cooking anyway. But the texture, the feel, the taste are really fantastic.
It will fool you if you order a Impossible Burger from like Burger King or something.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, you order a regular beef burger, you will take bites of both to try to figure out what is what.
I will say, because clearly we've been sponsored by Impossible now for this episode. I have not had those experiences you guys have had with the Beyond, that it's smelling weird. I think as in my experience, I preferred that to the Impossible. I would love to have a blind taste test. I want to know. I want to have that tried.
I think it depends on what type of diet you already had. So like, if you were already like a flexitarian or vegetarian, you're gonna lean more towards Beyond because it's not exactly like real beef. If you were already more of a meat eater and you are you want the same feel, smell, taste, everything, texture of meat, then you're going to like Impossible more.
That's funny you're saying that, because like experience you're describing with the Impossible has worked for me with the Beyond. That I generally meat. I'm not a flexitarian. I'm not and I have substituted the Beyond occasionally and been fine.
What's a flexitarian?
I put in the chat vegan, but you're not a dick about it.
Yeah, like you're inclined to, you'll generally eat vegetarian or vegan, but you know, if you go eat at a friend's house and they're serving a pork loin, you're not going to turn your nose up at it.
Right. Like, you're willing to go along. You're certainly willing to, like, if you're going to starve or eat it, you'll eat it. And yeah, generally not being shitty about it. Yeah, I've got good vegan friends who know that the way to win the war is to not be an asshole all the time about it. And like, there's certain things that there's trace amounts of dairy products in it. Are you really going to make that big of a stink about it, or are you just going to eat the damn Cheetos?
Yeah, and ultimately the factory farming piece of climate change, the solution is just a reduction in meat consumption. If everybody reduced their meat consumption by 30%, that's it, just 30%. It is such a significant drop in emissions from farming because demand is reduced, so you just don't need as many animals all packed together. It's just a huge benefit. Ideally, we're not eating other beings that are on the same planet as us. And there's so many more advancements. Like, there's cellular-based companies now creating meat, which is incredible. Like, you take a swab of a pig's cheek and you grow bacon.
Yeah. And they have some right now, because they're doing they had a whole sign up for, if you lived in the Bay Area, you could do a lottery basically to gain access to the restaurant where they're going to be serving the lab grown bacon, and you get to test it out. And like, yeah, it's real meat, but grown on a cellular level, from not having necessarily had to kill anything.
Yeah.
And some of the methods, like, okay, they might kill, say, a cow, and then from then on, they can grow the meat in perpetuity for, billions more steaks and burgers and whatnot from having only slaughtered that one animal. And I imagine, like, the hardcore vegans, that's not enough, and I can understand the thought there. But still, overall, it's like it's a massive, massive ability to supplant all those deaths, if that's a concern for people. It's pretty impressive.
Super.
Hey, Mike, just hey, buddy, I just wanted to give you props, man. I've been seeing you hitting the dumbbells, hitting the barbells, drinking all the protein shakes. Like,
thanks, man. Yeah,
you're looking
really
good,
hard,
man. Like, you said that if you set your mind to it, you can do it, and here you are, man. Like, how many pounds of muscle have you added on?
Oh, just like 25.
Just 25. That's amazing. Like, your arm, like, as your buddy, I'm just saying, man, like, your arms are gun show status. That's just, wow.
Thanks, man. Wow. Thank you.
I just, I couldn't help but hear you mention to someone that you consider yourself a flexitarian. Did I hear that correctly? You're a flexitarian.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's true. I did say that.
I mean, that's a big swing, right, man? Like, flexitarian.
I don't know. I think it's a pretty natural progression, especially where I'm at, what I'm doing.
Really, you didn't see a random progression? Like, you started at flexitarian, maybe like you're maybe like a.
Well, you don't start at flexitarian.
Oh, okay. So you had names for yourself before flexitarian.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's That's the normal thing, you know. Start
normal thing. Yes. Okay. I'm in with you. Okay. So like when you lost like 40 pounds, which by the way, amazing. You didn't need to lose any of that weight, but you chose to, and you look better for it. What name did you have for yourself for that?
Oh, gosh, it's probably something like a flabitarian, maybe.
Flabitarian. Okay. Well,
yeah, that's probably where I started.
Well, as someone who didn't lose 40 pounds, would you consider me a flabitarian? Mr. Flexitarian?
Yeah, I think if that you could be something like that. I mean,
wow,
I don't want to put labels on you.
Hey,
I don't want to put your own labels on you. I chose my labels. You know.
Yeah, I didn't. And then all of a sudden, like you started hitting the curls, and then you did the hammer curls, you did the preacher curls, pitcher curls.
Yeah, I think
Like, what'd you call yourself then? Like, did you have a name for that?
Oh, bisexual.
I mean, it takes all kinds for sure, and love is love, but like bisexual.
Yeah, bisexual. And I think, that definitely very much leads into flexitarian pretty quickly.
Okay, so, like, you only go out with flexitarians now?
I mean, I'm not a dick about it.
Okay.
But I mean, that's a preference.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to say no if someone is a holy child of a righteous quad, It's not, I mean, that doesn't fit a flexitarian, but,
Yeah, I mean, considering that you're a bisexual, and another one is a holy child of a righteous quad, like, those are two completely different areas. Like, it takes a lot of, I don't know, just, what'd you call me again? A flabitarian? It's just, this is all, it's just a whole different world.
I'm not putting labels on you, I'm just saying that was one that I transitioned from.
I mean, could you love a flabitarian? I mean, not me, but just...
Wait, what are you saying right now?
I'm just saying, could you be polymuscular?
Whoa. I hadn't thought about that, It's definitely a possibility. I think, I'm in the flexitarian stage right now. That's the phase that I'm in. Maybe it's not just a phase. Maybe it's just, like, who I am. But that's where I'm at right now.
So when you see a flabitarian, you don't fully grow a deltoid, is what you're saying.
Again, I mean, maybe I don't know if I could fully grow, maybe quarter. But also, I'm not ascribing those labels. If that's the label if you identify as a flabitarian, I just want to. I mean, I'm just no longer a cardiosexual. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, who's putting labels on now?
I mean, these are my labels. I choose my labels.
All right, man. Well.
All right. See you in the showers.
Legit.
That breakup blow off, Michael, was awesome. It's like, well, whenever you see you in the shower.
That was so good.
So I will say at the end of that, my gripe about the meals that I had on that holiday was not that it was vegan. It was more just the surprise of of it being like kind of we're just having regular old pasta. It wasn't like, it's a holiday, a special meal. If it was. But yeah, so then take that, like the destruction of the traditions I had. Then going into this year, I'm like, oh, I should have expected what was coming this year, having had just any tradition bashed to bits.
Yeah, no, that was your precursor to 2020.
Yep. I just wanted to say that I adore vegans. Just in case I picked up, I've got very good friends that are vegan. Tonight, where
some of my best friends are vegans.
Well, tonight I was hanging out. I was hanging out with some vegan friends, and I was making a bunch of a pitcher of margaritas, and I usually sweeten it with a little bit of honey, and I put the honey in the thing, and I was just about to pour it in, and I was like, whoa, I had to back away at the last second. I was like, that's right, I'm serving this to a vegan.
What did you use in the end? Agave?
No, I just chose not to sweeten it because it's a margarita. It doesn't really need sweetening. It's fine.
Also, use honey to sweeten it.
Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. So I guess you should use agave.
I didn't realize that vegans were against honey. Like, that's
animal labor.
Any animal product.
But they naturally produce.
Well, but they're being forced to do so. Like, it's not.
You're stealing it from.
It's not natural in the sense that it's a farm. You're farming them. You are stealing from it. Like, again, some of them are not that hardcore about it because they realize that it makes them sound ridiculous. But some of them.
Hot take from Jet. Wow.
Well. It's one of those things, like that reaction right off the bat, like that's thinking, really? That's most people's reaction to it. And so it's one of those things that's hard to get people to buy into. But for some, absolutely, it is a case of, but you are using animal labor without consent.
Okay.
Yeah. So I love honey. I'm gonna put that out there.
Whoa, Jet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure, some of your best friends are honey, Jet.
Yeah. Wow.
Speaking of love and honey, this episode is actually extra sweetened with an additional ad read.
It's true.
Mr. Sanders, if you'd be so kind.
Oh yeah, I do have that. This is
It's on 8-track, right?
No, it's an MP4.
Oh,
this
great.
is digital.
Oh.
Yeah.
La di da.
Let me just
I might have to convert
Mine's
that.
MP7.
pull it up.
I'll get my tape deck running to record it so we can
go in here.
Get it.
Audio
Thank you,
techniques.
Yeah, I think I found it.
Okay, I'm recording.
You've done it. All that time, all that energy has finally paid off. You're pregnant. Now you, your friends, and family need to know the gender. But why just take the clinical word of some doctor? If you want the world to know your baby's gender, you need Daryl's Gendersplosions. Hi, I'm Daryl. Many years ago, when my super hot wife and I were pregnant with our first, I was super pissed when the doctor just let it out of his dumbass liberal mouth that it was a boy. That's no way for a human man to be introduced to the world, so I blew up his office. And that got me thinking. Gendersplosions was born. We use only the finest of explosives and color additives so you know for sure if your baby is a lady or a man. Our technicians will work with you to give you the reveal party of your dreams, picked from several pristine locations, national forest, lumber yard, or a very busy city block. No matter where your reveal happens, we guarantee you'll know exactly which gender your baby is, cause we use TNT. Customize your Gendersplosion to your liking. You want a giant pink fireball for your little girl? Done. A more intimate Gendersplosion? We'll let you know it's a boy by shooting your father in the face. And for the more progressive out there, we also understand that gender is fluid. So we can cater to your needs with our gender fluid, napalm. Just listen to our amazing testimonials. We used Daryl for our reveal? It was a girl. She would be 3 now. Beep, 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 beep. Wow, nothing but satisfied customers. Daryl's Gendersplosions. Fuck doctors. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The sound effects on that MP4, absolutely amazing. Like, you're hearing all those people cry as the explosion's going off. Wow.
It's going to really play up in the magnetic tape.
I'm sorry, Jet.
God.
That's going to be... That might be a little bit of hell to cut.
I'm so sorry. God damn it.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, Chris.
Don't you cut a goddamn thing, Jared Kaufman. Don't you cut a goddamn thing.
Oh, fuck you, Chris. That was amazing. Oh, my God. She would be right. Oh, God damn it.
Wait, what? What part, Steven?
She would be 3. Oh, my God. It's the whole thing. I was on the cusp. Like, the whole time, like, from the beginning, I was right on the edge of falling off the cliff, and I was just teetering on the edge, and then you said that, and it was like you put a jetpack on me. Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that this is an audio format, but getting the visual of watching when Stephen C. James laugh and soar like on the wings of Icarus of laughs, and then plummet to his descent, just laughing so hard, is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
I couldn't keep it together.
The classic wiping of the glasses.
Oh, my God.
I couldn't keep it together. I tried, but I had to laugh. I had to laugh break. So good luck editing that, or maybe I need to do it separately. So there was.
Oh my God!
So doing some research on the Feast of Seven Fishes, it actually started in Little Italy in the late 1880s and then disappeared until the 1980s in Little Italy and Philadelphia.
Huh.
What do you think happened in those 100 years in between?
Fish shortage?
The fish uprising?
the fish uprising. Yeah, tell me more about this.
Oh, you don't...
Well, it wasn't even a fish uprising because they're not even real.
True. They actually don't like it when you call it the fish uprising.
Oh, they don't?
Right.
They don't, they don't want to be mischaracterized.
The undersea animal uprising? Undersea being?
Some refer to it as Atlantean, but, we're ascribing, mythology to it. Mm-hmm. This really happened, so.
I always think we have all these grandiose ideas of what crazy alien life would look like on other planets, and all you have to do is look under the ocean.
No shit.
It's like every few weeks I'll see some photograph of some sea creature that isn't even new. Like, we didn't just find it. It's been known about for decades, but I've happened to never notice it before. And it is crazier than the craziest thing you've ever seen in any sci-fi television show or movie. Like, the shapes, the biology of it, the way it interacts with things, the crazy things it does. Like, the one of the most recent ones, I think it's the anglerfish, where the males basically just get absorbed into the females as their mating process. Like, they just fuse with them and lose themselves completely in the process. Like, every little bit of this is as alien as possible, and it's on our own planet.
No, that's why I love scuba diving so hard.
Really?
So do you love scuba diving so hard, or do you love scuba diving and you're just like a hardcore, like, do you like hard scuba? Or are you like just...
Or do you like scuba diving while so hard?
I mean, all of that.
Okay.
Yeah. But what Jet just said, I mean, it's like, it's as close to being on another planet as you can get. And
it doesn't sound so alien. It actually, that process sounds like every relationship I've ever been in.
Oh, yikes. Is somebody have a well-worn copy of Codependent No More on their bedstand?
Super.
I'm sorry, sir. I appreciate your Atlantean. I feel I'm saying that wrong. Atlantean roots. I've just always known you, or your kind. Oh, God, that sounds horrible. I've just known you guys as shrimp. That's I'm if I'm saying that right.
It's okay, son. I'm Aquaman. I control the shrimp.
That seems so problematic, though. Like, we're trying to separate even saying separate sounds being separatist, but like,
excuse me, Arthur Curry.
If they're shrimp, there should be a different name.
Yeah, Arthur Curry. First of all, I just wanted to say I thought we were co-equals. I thought all those times, like, I helped you on those missions, that we were teaming up. I didn't realize you thought you controlled us as shrimp.
I mean, I do control you, but we are equals. Wait. See, we live in the same place, but I am kind of the king of under the sea.
Yes, but to go with my partner's concerns here, I have noticed that on occasion our kind goes missing, one by one, mysteriously.
Could you remind everyone real quick what your kind is again? What's the title of your kind?
Yes, please, for the sake of the
little guy.
We call ourselves Zalors, Lords of the Sea, but oftentimes that winds up being translated to humans as shrimp.
Right, shrimp. Yes, shrimp. Yeah, we should probably go with that. Shrimp.
Zalors is a preferred terminology.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
Also, shrimp is your translation.
Zalorians is sometimes an anglicized version of it is Zalorian. Yes.
Okay, everyone who doesn't have a visible vein of their own shit running up their backside, raise their hands. Also, who has hands?
Well, that's
okay.
me. That's I guess that's the question I'm bringing up, Mr. Curry, is as we're trying to figure out this.
Oh, I see. You're still addressing him and not his equals.
Well,
his supposed equals.
He's the one who set the meeting. So if I could just proffer this forth, we can continue. Mr. Curry, you have mentioned that you are the king of the sea, yet they are all equals, and that doesn't even bring into.
Well, wait a minute. This is news to Aquaman. Who said they're the king of the sea?
Yeah, I would like to ask that question as well.
you wear that Atlantean crown. I mean, you're the king maybe of Atlantis, but you can't claim the entirety of the sea.
The whole thing.
Yes.
We spread out. Our people are throughout the entire. Well, honestly, it's only specific pockets because we have some resiliency issues.
Oh,
yes,
all right, Curry.
Out.
How many other sea creatures are you able to communicate with?
Well, there's
billions of us.
We can communicate with brine shrimp, pistol shrimp, any number of
rock shrimp, mantis shrimp,
pretty much anyone in the shrimp category. And then there are some lobsters who can, pick up what Zolorians are putting down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Don't forget prawns.
Oh, those are my friends, the humpback whales. Did you communicate with them? Do you communicate ever with the humpback whales?
They're a bit out of that frequency,
yes.
Actually. I couldn't hear anything just now.
And a touch pretentious ever since Star Trek IV.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, they let it go to their heads, didn't they? We time travel and we save the planet, right?
A little bit full of themselves.
Now, while I'm sorry to interrupt this seemingly community squabble, I'd also like to point out here, while we are doing Mr. Curry's will, in case he should pass, and dividing the territories of the Atlantis region, has anybody got in touch with Submariner? Does he have a say in this? Does he... Look, it's my job as your lawyer just to make sure everybody's covered and that I am addressing everybody as equally and as such. So if I say anything that's inappropriate, please forgive me. I just want to make sure all parties are represented.
Listen, we have our squabbles, but if there's one thing we can agree on, it's that Namor's a tool.
Oh, man, pound it. I mean...
yeah, I'll just use all of my feet.
Kind of wiggle, feet.
Yeah.
That's toes.
Yeah, we just do. We do it. Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We get your meaning.
Yeah, I feel you.
I gotta say, Aquaman, Arthur, Mr. Whatever. Do you ever...
Arthur's fine, honestly.
Arthur, we as Shrimp feel like we are a valued member of the team, and then other people don't see the importance of our strength and power. Is that perhaps something you could connect with as a member of the Justice League? I mean, could you see where we're coming from?
I feel where you're coming from, okay? You have to be careful with how loud I say this. Even though we're under the sea, you know who hears everything, right? And he thinks that my feet with 2 sharks as shoes or skis with reins coming off of them, riding them wherever I go, is just the coolest thing ever. And as we all know, sharks make the worst shoes, okay?
Oh, unquestionably, yes.
Yeah. No, I know, there's nothing to debate here. I would much rather prefer to ride in on an army, nay, behind an army of shrimp.
Yes.
I think we can make that happen.
But look, I can't promise anything. I can't promise that man or that wonderful woman or that other guy whose parents... Whatever. I can't promise that they're going to be okay with all this. They're all pretty insular people, right? I mean, I feel like I'm the only one that really has a community around them.
I mean, each and every single one of those people has a terrible, terrible past that has led them to
this. They do.
I mean, you included, but it really is just a system where it's like, hey, you kids want to be a good guy? Maybe enough childhood trauma will push you to helping others.
Thank you. I mean, we're all thinking it, but you said it.
All right, Arthur, we forgive you. You can go ahead and leave West Atlantis to the dolphins. It's fine. Just let them have it.
Yeah.
They're going to be so happy. They're already flipping because they do. You don't care. They eat
Arthur, there you are. Been looking for you everywhere. I just overheard that terrible pun that you made on the radio, and you're out of the Justice League. Have fun with your shrimp.
But Batman,
Also, I'm still traumatized when my parents died. It affects me deeply. So I don't appreciate those comments. Goodbye.
Hey, Batman. Could we get a seat at the table?
Yeah, I mean, now that there's an open spot in the Justice League, perhaps some Zolorians could fill in that spot.
Maybe an all-you-can-eat shrimp dinner.
Wow.
Oh, how dare you, Batman?
Like that, huh?
I call upon the power of the ocean. Oh!
Na super legit.
I think we had one more ad.
We always do.
Stephen C. James, I think you had that one.
Yes. Hold on a second. Okay, I gotta open up my fridge and get this wax cylinder. Fortunately, it didn't melt. Okay.
I always love these late end of show ads. They're the best. It's like catching the second performance on Saturday Night Live. You don't know what's going to happen.
Or that great late night opera before you go out into the alley afterwards and watch your parents get murdered.
Okay, enough about you, Jet.
I didn't know about... Oh, wow, this explains that outfit Jet's in. All right, just gonna go ahead and... Is it time for dessert? No. I couldn't eat another bite. Wait. Yes, I could. Just one more bite. And that bite's gonna be a cake cup. Cake cups. It's cake in a small package where anybody can have it. It's a cake cup. It's not a cupcake. That's a different thing. Because with cake cups, you get just the right portion. Just the right amount of food in a single serving for just one little bit of deliciousness. Whether it's to end your meal or heck, even to start your day, you could try a cake cup. But not a cupcake, because cupcakes are not cake cups. It's like the inverse, except better, because it's a cake cup, not some cupcake. With cake cups, you get to have the perfect vessel for all your viscous treats. It's got the frosting, it's got the sponginess of cake, in a tiny little package that anyone can appreciate. Not like a cupcake, because those have been played out and we've seen them be overmarketed and sold to everybody, which is why cake cups should be the featured star of your next party, your next play date, just plain your next precious moment. So try a cake cup. It's like a cake, except smaller, but not a cupcake, because that's something completely different. Cake cups. Cake cups.
Oh, I am salivating right now. I got everyone you on the same page? Can we maybe break quarantine, go out and get ourselves some cake cups?
Yeah, as long as they're not cupcakes, I'm in.
Yeah.
No, cupcakes are fucking played
come
out.
on.
God damn it, so over.
I'm gonna bring cake cups to my next gender reveal party where I use Daryl's gender's potions.
Do you have incendiary cake cups?
Oh, I bet Daryl does.
You know what I really liked about, again, that the explosion ad was Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire" playing in the background. Just
we do not have the rights to that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did not hear
may
that.
have
I don't
misheard
know that there's rights.
That
to
might have been like a sound
I think that was in your head.
banana, banana, jingle bell rock. That's how it goes, right?
I thought it was just to the tune of "Happy Birthday."
Yeah, and that's legal now. Yeah, absolutely. We can play that to our hearts. I'm just going to underlay the entire episode in "Happy Birthday" to you. All right, guys, this was super, super fun. I can't wait to do the next one with all of you.
Yeah. And Allie.
Yay.
And Allie, yes, I miss her. I hope she feels better. I hope she can talk tomorrow. We've got some writing to do tomorrow, so let's get it done. All right, love you all, and we'll hear you back soon, and the audience will too. And goodbye to everyone for this week.
Bye.
Bye.
Legit. Hey, Jet, can I record now?
Yeah, start now.
Got it.
I don't believe anything's on. Oh, my time. I kicked the door on its hinges just so I could move on. Oh.
You've done it. All that time, all that energy have finally paid off. You're pregnant. Now you, your friends, and family need to know the gender. But why just take the clinical word of some doctor? If you want the world to know your baby's gender, you need Daryl's Gender Explosions. Hi, I'm Daryl. Many years ago, when my super hot wife and I were pregnant with our first, I was super pissed when the doctor just let it out of his dumbass liberal mouth that it was a boy. That's no way for a human man to be introduced to the world, so I blew up his office. And that got me thinking. Gender Explosions was born. We use only the finest of explosives and color additives so you know for sure if your baby is a lady or a man. Our technicians will work with you to give you the reveal party of your dreams. Pick from several pristine locations, National Forest, Lumberyard, or a very busy city block. No matter where your reveal happens, we guarantee you'll know exactly which gender your baby is, because we use TNT. Customize your gender explosion to your liking. You want a giant pink fireball for your little girl? Done! A more intimate gender explosion? We'll let you know it's a boy by shooting your father in the face. And for the more progressive out there, we also understand that gender is fluid. So we can cater to your needs with our gender fluid napalm. Just listen to our amazing testimonials. We used Daryl for our reveal. It was a girl. She would be 3 now. Beep, 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 beep. Wow! Nothing but satisfied customers. Daryl's Gender Explosions. Fuck doctors.